Across the vast and varied tapestry of our planet, from the silent, snow-dusted forests to the sun-drenched, endless plains, there are few creatures that have captured our collective imagination quite like the horse. They are more than just animals. They are living poetry, an enduring presence that seems to resonate with the deepest parts of our own story. To look upon a horse is to feel a sense of awe. It is to witness a perfect paradox, the gentle soul residing within a vessel of breathtaking power. This symbolism is not a human invention but an observation of their very essence. They are a living, breathing symbol of freedom and power. To watch a horse run is to witness the physical manifestation of liberty, the thunder of hooves on open ground, the mane and tail streaming in the wind, the sheer, unbridled joy of movement. It speaks to a primal longing within us for a world without fences or constraints. Yet this untamed freedom is balanced by an undeniable strength. It is the power of over 1,000 pounds of muscle, bone and sinew moving with explosive force and breathtaking agility. It is this potent combination that has etched their silhouettes not only into the physical landscapes of our world, but into the very bedrock of our consciousness, the foundational stories of our past. Their story begins long before ours, in a world we can now only imagine. Their epic journey began over 55 million years ago, not as the magnificent creature we know today, but as a small, timid animal known as Eohippus, the dawn horse. No larger than a fox, it navigated the swampy, subtropical forests of North America, its padded, multi-toed feet perfectly adapted for the soft, damp ground. It was a browser, nibbling on soft leaves and fruit, a far cry from the grass-eaters of the open plains, but the world is in constant flux. As millions of years passed, the climate cooled and dried, the dense forests receded, giving way to vast open grasslands. This dramatic environmental shift was the crucible in which the modern horse was forged. Survival now depended not on hiding, but on running. Evolution, in its slow, deliberate artistry, began to sculpt a new kind of animal. Legs grew longer and more powerful. The multiple toes, a hindrance on hard ground, gradually fused and receded until only the strong central toe remained, protected by the revolutionary adaptation of a solid hoof, a perfect pedestal for speed and endurance. Their teeth transformed, becoming larger and more robust, designed for grinding the tough, abrasive, silica-rich grasses of the plains. From their North American cradle, these evolving equids spread outwards, crossing ancient land bridges into Asia, Europe, and Africa. They adapted and diversified, their presence becoming a constant thread in the story of life across the globe. From the sun-scorched plains of Africa, where the zebra wears its iconic stripes, to the windswept steppes of Asia, home to the last truly wild horse, their family established a global dominion long before humanity ever left its own cradle. They are animals of immense grace, biological marvels perfected by millennia of natural selection. Every aspect of their physiology is engineered for survival as a prey animal in an open environment. Their powerful hindquarters act as the engine, generating the explosive force for a gallop, while their legs, stripped of all but the most essential muscles, function like lightweight, efficient pendulums. A sophisticated system of tendons and ligaments acts like elastic springs, storing and releasing energy with each stride, allowing them to sustain high speeds over incredible distances with minimal effort. To survive, they must be perpetually aware. Their large eyes, positioned on the sides of their head, grant them a panoramic view of nearly 360 degrees, a vital defense against predators approaching from any angle. Their funnel-shaped ears can rotate a full 180 degrees, acting like twin radar dishes, pinpointing the faintest sound of a snapping twig or a distant predator's call. This constant sensory intake creates a deep, quiet alertness, an ancient spirit that seems to connect us to a wilder, more elemental time. This spirit is not solitary, it is communal. Horses are profoundly social creatures, their survival intrinsically linked to the herd. Within this complex society, there are clear hierarchies, deep bonds, and a sophisticated language of subtle body movements. A flick of an ear, a swish of the tail, a subtle shift in posture, all are part of a constant, silent conversation. It is this innate understanding of cooperation and trust that would one day make partnership with another species, our own, even possible. When we look into the gentle, dark eyes of a horse, we are not just seeing an animal. We are seeing a reflection of a profound and ancient relationship. For tens of thousands of years, they were a source of food, their powerful forms hunted by our ancestors. Think of the ancient cave paintings at Lascaux and Chauvet. Here, deep within the earth, the earliest artists sketched their powerful forms onto rock walls. These were not crude caricatures, they were works of astonishing detail and dynamism, filled with reverence and awe. They speak of a creature that was not only a source of sustenance, but also a powerful spiritual symbol, a testament to their importance in the human mind long before they were ever tamed. Then somewhere around 6,000 years ago, on the vast steppes of Central Asia, a revolutionary shift occurred. The hunter became a partner. The people of the Botai culture were among the first to see beyond the prey, to recognize the potential for partnership. They began to harness the horse's strength and speed. This single development, domestication, would change the course of human history forever. We were no longer bound by the speed of our own 2 feet. We are seeing a companion that has walked alongside humanity for millennia. In this new alliance, we gained more than just speed. We gained a partner capable of sharing our burdens and our triumphs. Their story became deeply, inextricably woven into our own. With the horse as our ally, the world began to shrink. Consider the thundering charge of cavalry that changed the course of battles and redrew the maps of entire empires. The Scythian archers, who seemed fused to their mounts, became masters of the Eurasian steppe. The Mongol hordes, sustained by their hardy ponies, forged the largest contiguous land empire in history. For centuries, the armored knight was the ultimate weapon of war in Europe, a symbol of power made possible entirely by the strong back of his warhorse. These magnificent animals have carried explorers into unknown territories, their steady gait measuring the miles into the blank spaces on the map. They were the engines of the Silk Road, carrying precious goods, ideas, and cultures between distant civilizations. They carried conquistadors into the New World and pioneers across the American West, becoming the indispensable partners in the great age of discovery and expansion. And while some horses were changing the world on a grand scale, others were transforming it one furrow at a time. They ploughed the fields that fed growing civilizations, their immense strength breaking the soil and allowing agriculture to flourish on a scale never before seen. They hauled the stone that built our cathedrals, pulled the barges that supplied our industries, and bridged the vast distances that once separated communities, serving as the primary mode of transport for people and goods for thousands of years. Their hoofbeats echo through our history, a percussive rhythm that marks the pace of human progress. It is the sound of the Roman chariot, the steady tread of the legionary's mount, the frantic gallop of the messenger carrying vital news. It is a steady rhythm that has propelled us forward through the ages, a pulse that connects the ancient world to the modern. In every role, from the most celebrated warhorse to the humble farm animal, they have been a constant and reliable partner in our long and often difficult journey. They have offered us their strength, their speed, and their spirit, asking for little in return. They are a living link to our own past, a reminder of a time when the fate of humanity and the fate of the horse were one and the same.